How are we doing, guys? Always to be Leeds 3, Fulham 0, match review of the game. Absolute scenes, guys. Absolute scenes. Leeds scum are back top of the table, and that's what we all wanted. The main thing was we got back to the top of the table, and we're further ahead now, aren't we? 8 points clear now, 7 games to go. Still a long way to go. Let's not get too carried away. But this is absolutely brilliant, guys. Let's enjoy this, guys. Let's just enjoy this, what's happening right now. You know, with this Leeds team, you know, it's just unbelievable. You know, we've had to listen to absolute rubbish for the last, week of so-called expert pundits, saying that, Leeds have got beat. All of a sudden, Leeds might be a meltdown here. It might be Bielsa burnout. That classic phrase, isn't it? Bielsa burnout. Oh, wow. It didn't seem to burn out in that second half to me. But anyway, Fulham lose, West Brom don't get many results, haven't scored for 4 games. No mention of it at all. But when Leeds lose a game, one game of football, it becomes the talk of the town. And there's a reason for that. Everyone wants to be us, don't they? Everyone wants to be us. Top of the table, got a world-class manager, world-class fan base, top-quality players. Everyone wants to be us. You'll never be us. You will never be us. You can have a go at us all you want. You can go on about Leeds are falling apart again, this and that. Even if we do fall apart, you'll still never be us. That's the thing. It's sad for you guys, but you'll never be us. That's the reality of it. You can have a go at us all you want. You can have a go at us all you want, mates. You can. That's the thing. Mitrovic, you can elbow Ben White in the face. You can grab him by his Adam's apple when you at Craven Cottage earlier in the season. You can do all that all you want. But Ben White still had you in his pocket today. He still made you look absolutely average, which is what you are, really. You've never been a Premier League striker. You failed both times you've gone there into the Premier League. You've been relegated twice in 2 years. That tells its own story to me, mate. You can be as horrible a player as you want, but you'll never ever play for Leeds. You'll never be good enough to play for Leeds, and that's the reality of it, mate. This is a bit of a rant for me, but you know what? I've just been absolutely read everything on Twitter the last week or so. So-called experts just weighing in, wanting to have a go at Leeds, and you can do that all you want. You can do that all you want, all day long, but you'll never be Leeds. That's the thing. You'll never be Leeds United, and that's the reality. But absolutely outstanding today, guys. Absolutely outstanding. The first half wasn't so outstanding. Let's be honest. The first half was a tough watch. I think it was poor quality football. It certainly didn't look like second versus third. We were dropping, a bit too deep at times. In terms of trying to play out the back, everyone was kind of in our half. We couldn't really get any angles going, any sort of vertical transition. It was just one of those things in that first half. But we sorted out in the second half. Fulham, to be fair to him, played well in periods of the game. We kept Mitrovic quiet, but Kearney, Reed looked quite dangerous on the left-hand side. It looked like Parker had maybe got his tactics, fairly well, fairly spot on. But you know what, Marcelo Bielsa changed things, because Marcelo Bielsa is a world-class manager. We get that goal early on in the game, brilliant work of Helder Costa, goes into Patrick Bamford, and we're 1-up. But again, this is where the world-class tactician steps in, the world-class manager. One of the best managers in the world steps in. He sees what's happening before half-time. He sees Fulham have had 65% of the ball. And I did say in the preview, I did think we'd have less of the ball than we used to. And in the end, I didn't quite think it would be that little of the ball. But that's the way it goes. Our defensive shape was fantastic in the first half. Yes, Fulham had a lot of the run of the game. I think they dominated the midfield in the first half. But we rectified that, and we kept our defensive discipline. We kept very little space. We allowed Fulham very little space to play into, and we just got it absolutely spot on. Second half, Pablo comes on, and Pablo, wow. It never fails to amaze you, Pablo Hernandez, how good he is. And then Alioski was an absolutely outstanding substitution as well. Alioski, one thing you'll add, energy and the goal threat. That's 2 things Alioski adds. Yes, he's not a world-class dribbler. Yes, he's not a world-class passer. Yes, his defending can be sometimes questionable, but he does bring something to the team when he goes onto that left wing spot, and he did today. He got himself a goal and some really intelligent running, and it just gave us a real foothold in the game. Obviously, second half we just thought we were a different team. We weren't bad in the first half. We just weren't to our usual standards. We had 35% of the ball. I don't think we've ever had that little of the ball under Marcelo Bielsa. Probably in Marcelo Bielsa's career, he's never had a team that's on the back foot at times in the first half. But we rode that. We got over that start to the game. We scored and we defended really, really well. Meslier's had to make a couple of saves, but it's all from distance. I can only really think of one proper Fulham chance. What you think, and you kind of think that's That's a big chance that, Mitrovic with the header, heads it wide. Ollie Watkins would have scored that, I'm just going to say. But, it's one of those things, isn't it, guys? We responded well. We showed our mentality monsters. We didn't just settle for being 1-up. We wanted to be better in that second half. It's what Marcelo Bielsa does. The mentality of this football club is so much better. We want to be better in that second half. Better at everything. Better passing, better finishing, better defending. Let's just step it up that next level. And that's what we did. I made so many notes on what we've done in that second half. Click in the first half. I don't know if it was his brother playing. I don't know. It was just it wasn't the usual Mateus Click. Calvin again wasn't quite at his absolute best, but the second half, both of those two just went up another level. And then Pablo came on, of course, and the whole team just looked so good in that second half. It just looked so good. The goals we scored, the quality of the goals we scored, the counter attack. Fantastic cross of Jack Harrison. He went onto that right hand side. I think we've said over the season, when the few times he's played on that right hand side, he's looked really dangerous. He's dangerous on the left hand side. He's our best attacker for me in this team. Yes, statistically, he might not get the goals, etc., but he always brings something to this team. Whether it's defensive work, his attacking work, etc., he always brings something to this team because he's a top class player, and he's really shone in that second half as well. I mean, the goal we score. Fantastic of Alioski, fantastic skill. I think he sold 3 or 4 players one side, took it the other, and pulled it in the back of the net. And at the end of the day, absolutely outstanding. And then Pablo Hernandez on that third goal. I mean, what a pass! What a pass, guys! Absolutely unbelievable. And I just love the piss boiling session that is now going to commence. At Leeds, the top of the league. Liverpool have won the league. I'm actually from near Liverpool, so I just love how much the whole of England gets wound up by it. I'm just going to go through one absolutely outstanding tweet I've seen later on after the game off Brian MUFC. Honestly, I'm so fucking angry and triggered right now. Liverpool won the league, and now Leeds are on the verge of promotion. I hate everything about football. I've never felt this way before. Fix it up, you shit twats at Man United. Just absolutely brilliant. It's just little things like that. Just how much it winds people up that Leeds are doing well. It's how much it winds teams up that Leeds are doing well. And I just don't get it. Why we're so disliked, but it's just funny, isn't it? It's just funny. You see people in the comments, after that Cardiff game, Everton fans and that lot in the Cardiff live stream saying Leeds are falling apart again. Look, there is still a long way to go. Let's make no mistake about it. We've still got to do a lot of work. We've certainly got to be better than we were in that first half, but the second half, the world-class tactician stepped in. Marcelo Bielsa, he got control in that midfield. He put a bit more pace in the forward positions. Alioski, Roberts, Harrison, plenty of counter-attacking threat there, plenty of energy, to come back and help the defence, etc., stop us getting overloaded out wide. It was just absolutely outstanding, guys. It was absolutely unbelievable, and it's all you can ask for. It's all you can ask for. The first half was maybe not also our best. I've already said it numerous times, but we just responded absolutely brilliantly. And there's just so many things we could talk about in this game alone. And I think the atmosphere helps Fulham to an extent. I've saying when we were 2-0 up, that's when Ellen Road be absolutely bouncing. Feeling calm and just absolutely bouncing, just enjoying the moment. And it just didn't feel quite right. That we've won so well against a good team of good players. I know I was having a bit of a go at Mitrovic, but he is a good player, let's be honest, let's not deny it. He might be an absolutely, awful, in terms of when it comes to sort of gamesmanship, etc., but that's the way it is, isn't it? It's the way it is, and we dealt with him really well. I thought we dealt with Kearney really well in the second half, so much so that Fulham went with damage limitations at the end of the game. They just wanted to give players a rest, so they're ready for the next game and try and lose by as few goals as possible. The fact that centre-back came on in Le Marchand, it's just brilliant, brilliant, and how much football can change. One slight tactical adjustment from Marcelo Bielsa, and it changed the whole game. I know we were 1-up, but we weren't great in that first half. The first half was very much like the West Brom game from earlier in the season, and it was just absolutely outstanding, guys, wasn't it? Absolutely outstanding. And the results have gone for us in some ways. Obviously Brentford winning wasn't ideal, but we've still got work to do, guys. We've still got work to do. We've still got to win at least kind of 4, possibly more than that, out of the next 7. And that's not going to be easy. There's no givens in this league. There's no givens at all in this league. We only have to look at last week. So let's not get too carried away, but let's just enjoy the moment. Let's just enjoy what's happening now. Because at the end of the day, we can go on about how great it will be at the end of the season, but it's all about enjoying the journey, and I am enjoying the journey. You know, that second half just absolutely spot on. You know, it's like West Brom at home all over again. You know, from last season, that second half. You know, it just became the Pablo Hernandez show, and just unbelievable, guys. You know, it was quite emotional watching it at times. You know, how comfortable the team looked. You know, we're 3-0 up. There's people just throwing themselves in front of the ball to stop Fulham scoring. The desire to keep the clean sheet. You know, unbelievable. You know, we saw it off Brentford before this game. You know, Coops, White, Ayling, Dallas, all absolutely outstanding. Phillips outstanding. The whole team was absolutely brilliant. You know, absolutely brilliant. Not one player let us down today. You know, if it was starting, if it was coming on, not one player let us down. They were all outstanding. That's all you can ask for as a Leeds United fan. And you know what? I normally do quite analytical post matches, but this is purely emotion. This is pure pride, because this Leeds team just makes you proud. You know, Marcel Bielsa as your manager. Let's not care about what the others say. You know, the others will say, "Oh, if Leeds lose another game, all of a sudden they're falling apart again." Let's just ignore it. Let's just ignore it, guys. You know. And let's just enjoy what we're seeing, because they're not getting this entertainment, are they? You know, they're not getting this entertainment, and that's the reality, guys. It's been quite a rambling one. I might be a little bit pissed, as you'll probably be able to tell, but we win, and that's all you can ask for. Leeds scum, at top of the league. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I've been Oscar Marriott, and we'll see you later, guys.